Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this cute skirt which is made out of cotton yarn. This tutorial is beginner friendly, I show you all the steps, so let's get started with the video. We start with the yarn strand onto our left hand and then you hold it and wrap it around your two fingers. And then you cross the yarn and hold it with your ring fingers, so you can see now we've made an X. Grab your crochet hook, go under the first yarn and grab the other yarn and pull it through. Then you twist your hook. You can see that the yarn looks like an 8. Then you grab the yarn that you're holding onto your ring finger and pull it through the loop that is on our hook. Carefully remove your two fingers and now we just made our magic circle. We start by making chains, so you grab the yarn and pull it through the loop on your hook, and again, so those were 2 chains. As you can see in the magic circle there are 2 yarn strands and it's important that we're always crocheting over both of them. Yarn over, insert your hook into the loop, grab the yarn and pull it through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over again, pull through 2. And yarn over, pull through the last 2. Now we just made our first double crochet. Let's make the next one. So yarn over, insert your hook into the magic circle, grab the yarn and pull it through. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2. The 2 chains that we made in the beginning count as a double crochet, so we have 3 double crochets now. Make 2 chains. And then again make 3 double crochets. Double crochet number 1, double crochet number 2, and this is the 3rd double crochet. Here we got another packet of 3 double crochets, so now you make 2 chains again and 3 more double crochets. So this is the first double crochet. Here comes the second one and the 3rd double crochet. And as usual, now you make 2 chains and another packet of 3 double crochets. We are almost done for the row, so now you make 2 chains and then you can pull on the shorter yarn strand. And then you can see the magic circle gets closer, gets tighter. You should now have 4 packets with 3 double crochets and the 2 chains, they are for the corners. Go back to the very first 2 chains that you made in the beginning and insert your hook into the second chain that you made. Grab the yarn and pull it through. And now you have 2 loops on your hook. And you pull 1 loop through the other one. This is called a slip stitch. The first row of our granny square is made and you can see we have some nice corners and it should look like a square. Now you make 2 chains because this is our normal double crochets, and now you make 1 extra chain. This is like a filler chain, and then you make 3 double crochets into the one corner. So just place the next 3 into the one space, the small hole that you see there. Then make 2 chains because they are always there to form a corner. And then 3 more double crochets into the exact same space. Now we make 1 chain, 1 filler chain. And then start with 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets into the exact same space. So those were the 3 double crochets, now the 2 chains, and again 3 more double crochets into the corner. Now make a filler chain again and the same thing that you just did before, 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets into the next space. This is how it should look like. Now make a filler chain and 3 double crochets into the following space. As usual, you make 2 chains for the corner, and now you make only 2 double crochets. So this was double crochet number 1, and here comes the second double crochet, and here we got the 2 chains from the beginning and the filler chain, and now you insert your hook into the middle chain, grab the yarn, pull it through, and then pull 1 loop through the other one, so you made a slip stitch. For this row, the 2 chains in the beginning are the first double crochet, so now we need 2 more. So here we got 3 double crochets in total, make 1 filler chain, and then do the usual thing for the corner. So 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. This is how the corner looks. Make a filler chain, and now you just place 3 double crochets into the next gap. Make a filler chain, and now the usual thing for the corner. Here we got the corner, now make a filler chain and 3 double crochets into the next space. Those were the 3 double crochets, and now you make another corner, and then you just continue until you reach the end. This was my last corner. Now I make the filler chain, and then you just insert your hook into the second chain of the 2 chains that we made in the beginning. So you insert your hook, then grab the yarn, make a slip stitch, and start the new row. The new row is like the one we did 2 rows ago, so you make 2 chains and then a filler chain, because this is the last double crochet of the row, the chains. Make 3 chains into the next space, then make a filler chain and make a corner stitch. Here we got the corner with 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets, make a filler chain, and now you place 3 double crochets into the space there, filler chain, and another packet of 3 double crochets. So the pattern for a granny square is very simple. You do the same every row. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and now I show you how to finish it off. Here I'm making the last 2 double crochets. And then we got the row of chains, which were our first double crochet. So now you insert your hook into the middle chain and connect it with a slip stitch. Then make 1 chain and cut the yarn and pull the yarn through the loop on your hook. And now our first granny square is done. Now I made 12 granny squares. You can choose as many as you want because they need to fit around your thighs or around your leg. In the next step, I'm going to show you how to crochet each granny square together. I recommend crocheting a few granny squares and then you connect them until you get a long row of granny squares like I had, and then you put them around your legs and see if they fit. Make sure when you crochet everything together that there is one side without all the threads, because then you get an even seam on the bottom side. Okay, let's start crocheting the granny squares together. Take a granny square and put it on top of the other one, and the good sides should face each other, so you only see like the back side. The right sides are facing each other. Then you grab your crochet hook and insert your hook into the first of the 2 chains that you always made for the corners. Then grab the other granny square and also insert your hook into the first of the 2 chains that we made. And remember, the good sides of the granny squares are always facing each other. Then grab the yarn and lay it onto your crochet hook, and then you pull it through the 2 stitches that are on your hook. Wrap it around your hook and then pull the loop through the other loop. So now we just made a chain. Then insert your hook into the other chain, into the second chain. Then you insert your hook also into the second chain on the other granny square. Then you grab the yarn and pull it through the loops on your hook. And again, yarn over, pull through 2. So basically you make single crochets while crocheting everything together. Again, insert it into the next stitch, and then on the other side, grab the yarn, pull it through, and then yarn over, pull through 2. And then you always do the same, so insert it into one granny square, then into the other one, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2. You also insert your hook into the one chain that we made as a filler chain. It can be a little bit difficult to get through with the hook because the chain is a little bit tighter, but it should be possible. And then you do the exact same thing on the other side, and then just continue. Then you also connect the 2 corners together. This was the first chain, and now I insert my hook into the second chain. And for the last time, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then make another chain, and then you can cut the yarn and pull the yarn through the loop on your hook. This is how you crochet the granny squares together. And you can see on the other side there's a perfect even seam. So I already crocheted every granny square together. In the end it should look like a big belt or something like that. And if you put it around your legs, it should fit a little bit tight but also loose so you can move in it. Grab your hook again and then insert it into the stitch where you connected the granny squares together. So the stitch on the one line. Put the yarn on top of the hook, and then you pull the hook through the loop and make a chain. Now we connected the yarn, then insert your hook into the next stitch and make a single crochet. So you just insert it, grab the yarn and pull it through. 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. So the first round will just be single crochets, and the next stitch right there, just make a single crochet. Just follow along the stitches, and when you get to the seam where we connected the stitches, just continue. You insert it there. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to get through with the hook, as you can see, but again, it's always possible, and then you just make the single crochets. This is my last single crochet of the row, and now you just insert it into the first stitch that you made in the beginning. Grab the yarn, pull it through, and then pull 1 loop through the other one. Then make 2 chains and add another one, so you have 3 chains in total, and then you skip the next 2 stitches. And then make a double crochet into the 3rd stitch away from the beginning. Make 1 chain and then skip the next 2 stitches and place a double crochet into the 3rd stitch. And again 1 chain, skip the next 2 stitches and then make a double crochet. So you always make 1 chain, but you skip 2 stitches, and then you get this kind of mesh stitch. If you have wider hips, then I would say you don't skip 2 stitches, so you only skip 1 stitch and then make the double crochet. This was my last double crochet, and then I make 1 chain, and then you insert your hook into the middle of the 3 chains that you made in the beginning. Grab the yarn, pull it through, then make a slip stitch, and now the worst part is done. Now it's only easy. You make 2 chains and then you start by making double crochets into every stitch, so you don't skip any stitches. That means the first double crochet goes into the stitch that you just connected, And then the next double crochet is into the tighter chain. So just make a double crochet and then the next stitch, again a double crochet, and then you just continue for all the rows. This is my last double crochet of the row, and then you connect it, so you insert it into the first stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through, make a slip stitch, and when you start a new row you make 2 chains. Don't turn your project around. So now you'd make the first double crochet into the same stitch, and then into the next one and the next one, and now it's always the same. You make double crochets every round and start with 2 chains in the beginning. Here you can see in the time lapse, when I start a new row, I don't turn my project around like you would do usually. So you always crochet in a circle with the double crochets. And this is how the skirt looks after a lot of rows. When I was crocheting, I always tried the skirt on to see how short it was and how many rows I need to add. This is how my skirt looks after I added some rows. So now it's 40 centimeters or 15.5 inches long. Of course you can make it shorter or longer. Now we have to add one more row to make the skirt a little bit tighter with a cord. So you make 2 chains as usual and then make a double crochet into the same stitch. And then we need 5 more double crochets so that you have 6 in total. Then you make 1 chain and skip the next stitch, and then you make 6 double crochets into the following stitches. So then you can see we created a small hole there. After the 6 double crochets, you make a chain again and skip the next stitch, and then make 6 double crochets again. And then you continue with this pattern and you can see we form those small holes. In the end you make your last stitch and then connect it to the other row, make a slip stitch, chain 1, and then you can cut the yarn and you're done. For the cord you make a slip knot and then you start by making chains, so you make as many chains as you need. You should have a long row of chains that fits around your waist and that you can make a tie with it. At the end of your long row you skip the first stitch and make a single crochet into the second stitch away from the hook, and another one, so you insert it, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, so you make single crochets all the way down to the end. When you get to the end you make 1 chain and then cut the yarn, and then the cord is done. The last thing you have to do is you put the cord through the holes and then you can form a tie, and then we are finally done with this project. So this is the finished result. I hope you love it as much as I do, because I'm a really big fan of this skirt. You can wear it in the summer or in the winter, whenever. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out any new videos. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and see you next time.